Hi, we're going to do a great craft today. I'm kind of excited about it. It's called Our House. It's actually your house. So we're going to build it together and then maybe put some other houses and other things into the whole neighborhood. So what you need today is some glue, maybe a glue stick or some white glue. Either one of those will work. Probably going to need some markers, because we'll draw some details on our house, and of course some scissors. So I went outside and I looked at my house today to see, well, how many windows do I have and where is the doors, because I kind of wanted to build a model of my house on my big sheet of paper here. So what I'm going to do is work on a table now, and so I'm going to go to the other camera that will show the flat surface of my camera and what I'm working on. So there it is. So it's just a big piece of paper right here, and I'm going to make a picture of my house first and my neighborhood. So what do I do first? I also collected a whole bunch of scraps of different color papers. I've got pink, I've got red, I've got gray, and some of it was wrapping papers that my birthday present came on, and some just other pieces of wrapping paper that I hadn't never thrown away, and some just regular construction paper and things like that. So what I'm going to do is choose a color for my house. Now my house is not pink, but I think that I need a pink house today. So I'm going to cut a piece of paper that I want the front of my house to be about this size. And my house is going to be pink. Now, I could just stick it to my piece of paper and it'd be flat, and then maybe I'd figure out how to put a roof on it. But I want it to be 3D. So this is what I'm going to do. I took another piece of paper right here, and I'm going to make it stick up off of my paper. So here's my piece of paper, and I took maybe 2 fingers and measured where I wanted to fold my paper and folded it over. See how I did that? Okay, so it's gonna, and then I folded it over again. So I made 2 folds. Again, right there, about 2 fingers wide, and then I folded it over. And what I ended up having is a little bracket. So I'm going to do that on the other side. 2 fingers, make my fold, and then fold it over again. And now I have a bracket that I can put on my piece of paper. Everybody see that? Okay. So the bottom, the flat side, the first fold that I made is where I'm going to stick it to my paper. And I'm going to put a little glue or glue stick on that edge and then stick it down. Okay, stick it down right there. That's where I want my house. So there, now one edge is down there, and it's up off the piece of paper by about 1 inch. So then I'm going to put some more glue on the other bracket and glue that down. And so I'm going to pick it up so you can see better exactly what I did. So now I have this little box that's stuck on the piece of paper, and that's what I'm going to stick my house to. I cut my piece of paper from my house, and I'm going to stick that on there, so my house is going to stick right up off of my sheet. It's a 3D house today. So I'm putting some glue on the piece of paper that I wanted my house to be, and I am going to stick that to the little bracket. So it will be a 3D house. Now, it's just plain right now. There's no detail on it. I think I need a door, right? So I'm going to pick out some of my crazy pieces. Oh, I like gray. I have a piece of gray paper, and I want a door. So my house, my door is actually gray. My house isn't pink, but my door is actually gray. So I'm cutting out a little rectangle, and I'm going to put it on my house so it'll look like a door. and back to the glue stick or a piece of glue that you might have. And I'm gonna put it all on the back of my door and stick it to my house. Now, my door on my house isn't right in the middle of the house, it's over here. So I have to think in my head what my house looks like. So there's my door. And then I have a really big window right about here. So now I'm gonna find a nice color that I want to use for my window. And I think I'm gonna do this piece here. That looks a little window-ish, and it's a really big window, a nice big picture window. So I'm gonna cut a rectangle. That's what I'm doing right here. And let's see, you can cut any shape or sizes that you want for your window. Oops, too big. I'm gonna cut off a little bit. There, now that'll fit right there where my window is. And I'm gonna put a little glue on the back and stick it to my house. Now, I might want to draw a little bit of detail on that because my window is just not plain like that. I have a big section of the window right there. So I'm drawing a little line. And another section of my window right there. So that looks more like my house. Whoops. There it is, my window. And that's the window that I look at my bird feeders out of when I want to see what's going on outside. Now, my house has 2 stories. The bedrooms are upstairs, and I've got a bunch of windows upstairs. So I'm going to cut out some little windows, all about the same size. Got about 4 of them. There's one. Ta-da-da. And another one. Oops, that one's very straight. And then 2. And then, of course, 3. So, gonna put that over there. My windows, okay. A little bit of glue stick on each window and stick them down. Oops. There's 1, 2, and 3. Now you can do a model of your own house, but if you don't, you can just invent a really cool house that you'd like to live in. Either one is okay. All right, so my house doesn't have a roof, not yet. So that's what I'm gonna do next. And I need kind of a long piece of paper. Now, when you see a lot of pictures of houses, they have a triangle. And mine is sort of like 2 triangles. So I'm gonna do a triangle. Actually, I'm gonna do a big, I didn't plan this really good yet, but I sort of did a shape with a triangle cut off. That's almost what my roof looks like. It actually looks like this. Now you can go outside and kind of check what your house looks like and try to figure out how to draw those shapes and then cut them out. My house looks more like that. Oops, did I move it? Can you see? Nope, there we go.
Yeah, that looks great.
It looks good? Okay. It's kind of hard to figure out where to place things for my camera. So sometimes I'm off screen, but now I'm putting a little bit of glue on my roof and I'm gonna stick it to my house. There's my house. That's kind of what my house looks like, pretty much. What do you think? Okay, so now what's around my house? Are there any other houses around my house? Some people live in a neighborhood with lots of other houses. I live in a neighborhood that has lots of trees and I can see another house through the woods. So I am going to use my gray sheet of paper and I'm going to put a littler house so it'll look like it's farther away. And this time I'm not going to do the 3D thing. My house is the most important thing, so that's what I did 3D for. But the other house is kind of way over there, and that's where I'm going to put it. It's going to be a smaller house. And let's see, I'm going to do a little roof for my house. I'm not going to do as much detail on this house. There we go. There's my house that my neighbor lives in with a lot of fun dogs that I love to go over and visit. So there's my neighbor's house. Whoops. Okay. Back in the woods. There we go. There it is. Okay. So just to make sure that, oh, that neighbor needs some windows in his house too. So we'll give him a door. Give him a door with this sheet of paper. And we'll give him some windows. Maybe just one long, skinny window. They have more windows than that, but I could be here all day cutting out windows. And there we go. So there's my next door neighbor's house. And of course, I'll glue those down. I don't always drop my glue stick on the floor. Here we go. So gluing the door, gluing the window, and I think we have it. There we go. So that's way in the back. Now, what I think I want to do is make a tree in between my house and their house, because it looks like it needs one. So I'm going to actually cut a tree out of this piece of paper. It actually is a tree. And I'm just going to use the tree trunk. This is a piece of Thanksgiving paper. So if you gathered a whole bunch of scraps together, you'll have maybe something that's brown. But there's a tree, and lots of trees between my house and their house, so that is going to be, whoops, glued down. And this is my house and my neighborhood. Okay, there's a tree, and that tree is going to need some leaves because I cut them off because it had kind of crazy apples. Oh, here's some great leaves. On this piece of wrapping paper, I found some leaves. I'm going to put that on my tree. And, whoops, I ripped it. Ta-da! So now I have a tree and a house and my house, and I can put lots and lots of other things in here. Maybe my other neighbors on the other side over here, I could put another house. So we'll do that. This time, I'm going to use and it's even farther away from me, so it's going to be even smaller. So there is a small house way over here. My house. And it needs a roof too. So I'm going to do this. Whoops, okay. And looks like a very good house roof to glue down. And I need a window. Nope, maybe a door. A big window, a big upstairs window. So all kinds of scraps of paper are different colors that you can always use. And this house needs a door. A littler door than that. There's a little door. What do you think? Yeah, that'll work. Okay. There we go. How did that get there? Okay. So now we have my two next door neighbors, my neighborhood, and a bunch of trees. And I think what I need to do is put a little detail here and there on my picture, and then we'll take a look and see our house and our neighborhood. Okay, so let's see. There is, I'm going to draw the tree this time because it took a long time to actually cut that tree out. So I'm going to draw a tree. A really big tree. There's a lot of big trees in my neighborhood, and some of them hang over my house with big branches. So you can draw any details that you want to on in your neighborhood today. But I'm going to put this tree on there because there's a whole bunch of them where I live. And the biggest one is right outside my house. So there, I've got some leaves. That didn't show up very well. On my page, my green leaves show up pretty good. There, that's better. And of course the bark is really rough. And there's my big tree that's right outside my house. There we go. There it is. I think you can decide what you want for your house and your neighborhood. You know how to make it 3D like I did with the little bracket on the back of the house. You can decide the details you want, what your windows look like, and whatever. And if I was really good, I'd probably draw a dog over there. Instead, I'm going to write woof. So there it is. There's my neighborhood, and I hope you had fun building yours. And join us again next time, and we'll do a craft together. Have a great afternoon.
Well, thank you to everybody that tuned in today. Remember, we're going to be doing another live session of Get Crafty next Tuesday, same place, same time. And please join us for our programs on Thursday and Friday. On Thursday, we're doing Let's Create a Story, where we're all going to come up with a story together. And on Friday, we're going to be doing First Step Science. So we're going to learn about science tools and how scientists explore their world. And then we're going to do a science exploration. You can keep track of all the cool things going on by subscribing to our free email blast that has things coming from the museum and the community. The GLCM stream subscription is going to be a service that starts at $8 per month, so that you can get this type of content live, and you can also get 24/7 access to videos so that you can do crafts or listen to stories anytime you want. Some materials will be available online, but GLCM Stream is going to be the best way to get unique and local digital content and also support the museum at a time when fewer people are coming through the door. I want to point to the donation link that I put in the chat earlier, or you can go to our website, greatlakeskids.org/donate. You can also find more programs at greatlakeskids.org/programs, news and events. That's the end of our session. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.